All right, Path of Exile 2. The reveal is in just 2.5 days for Last of the Druids or Fate of the Val. I don't know why we got two names. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, so I wanted to rate my builds for Rise of the Abyssal. I did the Galvanic Rain of Arrows Pinlock build. I did the Riven Tech Witch Hunter Master Weapon thing where you have like what, 120? 140 weapon points or whatever. The Weapon Master. Triple Herald Hailstorm Destroyer. It's a name, but you know, whatever. And then I did my Stormblast Tempest. So I'm gonna go in order. I did one where I stacked like 200% attack speed, but I had no defenses, so it really wasn't any better. So I'm gonna leave that out. But anyway, I've been working on a new leveling build. I do have a guide out for it. You know, guide writers, what we do is we have a guide, and then once we see the patch notes, then we update it. So I understand things can change, but it's better than any league starter I've ever made, and it's not going to get completely nerfed or removed from the game. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you don't know what's going to happen because you don't know the patch notes. It's not going to get nerfed into oblivion, okay? It's very solid. It's a very good, fast league start. And anyway, I'll link that down below. But I want to get started with the first build I did. All right, we're going to so basically, this one was Galvanic Shards for clear, and it was Shock Burst rounds for bossing. Now, Shock Burst rounds at Rise of the Abyssal did take 15% reduction to damage on the actual skill, and I had to do some things to make it work. Now, it was good, but it just wasn't what it used to be. So I'm gonna rank this at number 4, okay? And we're gonna throw it up on the screen here. So this was the clear speed. Clear speed was pretty good. Clear speed is pretty good. It's just, it did wipe everything, no problem, right? So I'll keep this short. That's what it is. Let's go to normal map here. So this is just a normal map. See how easy it is. Everything just gets wiped. Herald of Ash, Herald of Thunder. This isn't even with totems. You know, just easy. I mean, if you've never seen Galvanic Shards, obviously they made it so it's more like a shotgun, like Permafrost or Incendiary Shot now. It's not the 5 quick shots that it used to be. So there were some adjustments we had to make, but you get the point on that. Let's see. Here's a boss. Let's do a boss. His boss is kind of goofy. Galvanic, Shock Burst, Totems. And I wasn't using War Banner for this, so I could have gone back and made some adjustments, but as you can see, it's still decent damage, right? Not super crazy. If I did incorporate, now this was without the Constricting Command, this was without Deepest Tower. When we did this build, all the other leagues, Dawn of the Hunt and Launch, I had Deepest Tower on because it just scaled damage insanely high. So if that came back, or I did the new Constricting Command, and I added War Banner, it would have been insanely fast. And the fact that we don't have raids. E4 Zesh. Only problem with Zesh with Shock Burst rounds is it misses half the time. Like you can see it spraying past him. So it's not really, that's another problem they got to fix. Let's go back to the +4 map boss. Shotgun bore, there we go. Not bad, right? All right, so that's my number 4. All right, that's my number 4. Then I did the Riven Tech Weapon Master Witch Hunter. It's a little bit of a setup, but watch this. Blast them. So basically how fast that is. This is using a unique crossbow that literally has no damage on it. So you set it up, you break the armor, you then get high velocity rounds, and you blast the high velocity round so it gets a Riven Tech. So then it snapshots 5% damage for the next however many seconds. And then that's when we take in that unique crossbow that doesn't reload, and then we're just pumping attack speed. So if you watch here, we do that, we hit him, and then This one's pretty good, but it's still not. It just wasn't my favorite this league. It was good though. Like, don't get me wrong. And I used Permafrost for clear, but I wanted to mess around with the new Weapon Master on the Witch Hunter. And this was a good build for that because I don't remember how many nodes we wound up taking. I think it was like 60 or 70 per weapon set. And we just pumped attack speed. So we were able to do this. So it wasn't, like I said, it's more annoying. I know Jonathan likes his combos. This was a double kill, right? But I mean, it came out pretty well, as you can see. Let's go find a map. All right, so here's like a breach. You've got the Zealous. Zealous something, where those little things come up and they explode. No? Okay. Not as fast as Galvanic. Because so it's, yeah, Permafrost bolts instead of just ripping through them with isn't as fast as Galvanic because it's not chaining. Still doable. But it's still decent. It's, yeah, it did more damage. Well, it did faster damage than Shock Burst. So this is number 3 on the list. All right. But anyway, that's that one. Now, the triple Herald Tactician. Glacial Bolt, Coming Calamity. So we got all 3 Heralds. And then Hailstorm rounds, just because I wanted to use Hailstorm rounds. Now, Hailstorm rounds, basically, it's not good on bossing because it starts in the center and then like makes like a circle outward. But I used Last Lament crossbow or Requiem to get that going for big bossing. But as you can see, the explosions here are just it's crazy. So we shoot Glacial Bolt, and then it ricochets with Fork, and then everything just pops. Now, we made this build in Dawn of the Hunt, and they changed some things. So we couldn't do, forget what it was, but I had to use Arc on Cast On Ailment instead of, we used to do whatever, like I think it was Voltaic Mark. So we couldn't use Voltaic Mark anymore because they changed it. Because we used to do, was it Cast on Lightning, and we did Voltaic Mark or Cast On. I was one of those. So basically, we had to change it. But single target damage is really solid. Last Lament has always been strong. You can scale it. I could still get another. I think this was only a level 19. So if you can afford a level 20, it'd be even stronger. But yeah, I mean, this one was fun. Let me find a spot where I used Hailstorm rounds. Arbiter action in there. Yeah, this was, I'll probably try to recreate this build again in Fate of the Val. Hank in the frames right now. There's Hailstorm rounds. Yeah, Hailstorm rounds was really good for mapping. Really good, like really solid. Plus, once you got some ice walls, then it helped explode those. Shoot another, yep, there's Hailstorm rounds. It's just nice to throw in every once in a while. Like, it wasn't needed. You can just kill everything with Glacial Bolt, but this was quite a fun build. So you saw it mapping, you saw bossing. This gets the number 2 spot. Very strong. Not too much investment. And then my number 1, the Stormblast build that I just put up a month ago. A month already? Damn. So basically, this build one-shots Pinnacle bosses. Well, Zesh, you can't really one-shot Arbiter because he goes in the other phase. King of the Mist, obviously, it has 2 phases. But watch this. Bloom! This build started without constricting command. Obviously, we don't have Deepest Tower. Hoping they bring it back because on the Mercenary side of the tree, we have a lot of low life stuff. Yeah, using Galvanic for clear. Obviously, this is sped up. It's very, very easy to clear with this. And then Stormblast bolts, basically you have 30 bolts. You unload 2 clips, and you have 30 bolts in the ground. Mortar cannon ignites it for you. Seamless. You got War Banner. And it's just... it's such an easy build. But like I was saying, before I put on Constricting Command, I was still one-shotting +4 map bosses. Map clearing was super easy. But then I was like, all right, well, what if I could one-shot Pinnacle bosses? What if I could one-shot Zesh? So then what I did was put on Constricting Command. I've seen a lot of people, oh, a build isn't good if you're using an OP, you know, unique. It's like, well, Constricting Command, the surrounded nodes are literally 10 nodes down on the Mercenary tree, and the low life nodes are literally on the Mercenary side as well. So, like, I'm going to use what I have available. But yeah, you don't need the Constricting Command to clear most content, but if you want a one-shot Pinnacle, you're gonna need it. But I mean, look at this. This build was just too good. And if you haven't seen, I basically was like, all right, well, since Stormblast is this strong, what if we use it for leveling? So like a week and a half ago, we did a few streams and we tested Stormblast out, and I rewrote my Icy Veins guide for leveling for Stormblast bolts because it was way better than my other guide, way better than Shock Burst rounds in the campaign. So I had to tweak some things and figure out, you know, early skill tree and all that. But if you're looking for a league start, we'll know. They should drop the patch notes after the reveal on Thursday, I believe is what they do. So we'll look at that. We'll see if there's any changes to Stormblast, Mortar Cannon, grenades, and we'll see if it's still viable. It'll be viable. It'll still be strong. If anything, they're going to tune it so you can't one-shot campaign bosses. Because once you get Stormblast, the first zone of Act 3, you just... it's game over. You're just flying through every campaign boss. You're flying through maps with Galvanic. It's literally super, super easy. But anyway, I wanted to like go over these. I'm not going to show all the clips. All the builds are in the description if you want to go check those out one by one. But number one of the league goes to my Stormblast Tempest. It's just too good. Like, let's watch Doriani's little machine boy populate here and just see. I'm just throwing my bolts. That's it. Yeah, if you're looking for like an easy league starter, come back and I'll make sure it's depending on the patch notes, it's ready to go. But I mean, even if they nerf a little bit, it's still going to be OP. But anyway, those were my builds. All right, Mercenary. If you're looking for good Mercenary content, come check out my channel. Come check us out on League Launch. I got Icy Veins guides for all of these in the description. You know the drill. Subscribe, come back. See you on the next one.